So with that said, Bob, I'll turn it over to you, sir.
So there's going to be parts 4 and 5 together, the roofing and the finish of the building. This again is S scale. So where are you going to put the building? I do that to the right hand side of the platform, or to the middle, or to the left, or towards the front, whatever. I decided to go to the right hand side. That's going to be right over here. And where are you going to put the cupola? Going to do the right, to the left, or in the center? So I ended up doing in the center. And okay, now for the roof, you can see the building that does not fit into the building. And there's a problem here and here. Now, let me explain. This is just for a picture here. As I took the picture, the roof slid down, but it's not set in place yet. But just to show the picture, there's tabs on the ends of the walls here on each side. But what's happened here, the kit comes with really, really big corner pieces, and I didn't like that look. So I went through my tripwood bin, and I got thinner pieces in here. So what's happened now is the building is shorter. So these tabs will not fit. And also there's 2 sets of support posts in here. I didn't like the look of that because of where the building would be, and the distance between the end of the building and the end of the platform doesn't constitute like 2 sets of posts. So I had to fill in the holes in here, and the kit did not come with the end wall for the roof, and I filled that in as well. I'll show you what I did here shortly. So what I did, it just shaved off this by the freight door end of the kit of the building, and that shaved off the little tabs here that would fit in normally in here, and I covered them, all 3 of them in. And the reason for that is if you don't do that, eventually the shingles will sag in these areas here too. So I just did some scrap wood in here, the thickness of the slots that are in there, and just glued them in place. So then I glued them in place, and I took the picture, and the wall fell down off the tape here, but I got to put it back in properly anyway afterwards. So then I do the shingles. So what I did is left them on the sheets that were on there, and this one's all the weathering mix of the creosote black from Hunter Line, and that's all I used. Now you could use crayons and markers, alcohol, any ink, whatever colors you want to do. Greg does really nice work with crayons and for his shingles. So anyway, I just took us right along here from top to bottom all the way down this way. So these marks go down the shingles instead of across the shingles. So you start this important start to this. I use a 3M 465 number 465 of a double-sided tape. And the first thing I do is on the down edge of the roof, I put a piece of just blank starter strip. And the reason for that, if you don't do that, when you put the shingles down, there'll be a gap left in the second row to the first row. So this way, you get it. Oh, sorry, there. And see how it just lines up properly with that starter strip in there. And there's that 465 double-sided tape. And what I did is I put the cupola in place, and I'm going to do the shingling around it. So otherwise, if you do the shingling right up to the roof line and you put the cupola on top, there's gaps along there, along the bottom and these edges here too. So that's why you want to do it this way. And there's what the roof cap is done. The roof cap on that sheet, there's leftover paper left over, and then I colored them as well. And then I just drew a little scribe with an X-Acto knife along halfway through the middle of the strip, and then just folded it over with and glued it in place. So cupola, here's another problem I ran into. These things happen with kits, so you have to adapt to it. In this case, what's happened here, you can see where the slots are supposed to be going into here, and of course, you don't get near it. The piece of strip wood that came with the kit was too large for the cupola, especially. So I use a thinner strip wood, and it would end up shaved off these. One end, it was shaved off the tabs. So what I ended up doing then, that's how much I ended up cutting off the roof. So there it is. Now that's not sitting right now, but anyway, that's okay. You can see here on the kit plan, there's another set of posts be right down here. I didn't like the look of that. As I said before, the distance between the edge of the building and the end of the platform was right just for one set of these. And also too, because I'm missing the end piece that was in there, I had to make my own, a scratch built mine. So there was no tab in here. So that's why I filled that tab in. I showed that earlier. So there's what in views look like, and the back side. And then come from the stairs. This is what the stairs come to like, but because I had shortened the height of the platform, I cut the site stairs down to fit properly, and I put the pieces together, and then I set them in place. And then of course the railings that come with it, because the platform is short now, the railings would not fit at all. So I dug around through my scrap bin. I came up some other railings, and I set them in place temporarily here, and had to be straightened up there a bit later. But anyway, then added some flower pots and some detail parts in here. Now I didn't detail the interior of this kit. One reason, because I left my doors shut, and of course a small window on the door, and the freight doors were closed as well on this side. So I didn't bother detailing the inside. If you're going to do like Phil has been his O-scale detailed interior, and because you leave the doors open, the freight doors are open, and so on, and it makes a nice touch to it. The other reason I didn't do it, I modeled HO scale. I don't model in S scale, so I don't have the detail pieces to do like a stove and things like that. So that's the end of that.
Well, that's impressive. I tell you, I like the kit in S scale.
Yeah.
Because I think, if you wanted to and you wanted to leave the doors open, that would be an easy kit because of the scale to detail the interior of and put some lighting in.
Yeah, you'll be able to see Phil's next week, because he's done a real nice job for detailing the interior. So it works really, really well for S and O, be able to do details.
Look forward to it.
Okay.